Hey everyone, thanks for taking a look at this tracker demo. This is something that we put together to help with ease of play. It's a lot quicker than using the pencil and paper form, but I want to be 100% honest, there are still some bugs we are fixing. I had to teach myself Python to create this, and I'm still learning, but I wanted to get this to the community ASAP. If you're a Python head, please feel free to look over the coding and hit us back with fixes if you've got them. Thanks. You want to keep in mind that a lot of these buttons will need to be clicked on when in use and then clicked off when not in use. So first up, you'll see the story setup and objectives for the game. If you press the start button, you get to move on into the actual tracker. You can see the header for the tracker here. So you've got the round of play, the phases of play, and other windows you need when you want to identify different roles and different relationships in the game. So starting with the Heroes tab, this opens up the Heroes display, the Villains tab opens the Villains display, and so on. So you've also got a General Rules tab. Now there's also the Quick Load tab, which lets you auto-load roles. A Clear tab clears out all of the display windows at the end of the game. Now also you've got the DCEU Multiverse tab, and this is for playing with the Danger Zones expansion pack. Now the Secret IDs tab helps you with the Know You Anywhere abilities for each of the characters. So now for this demo, we're going to play with heroes, villains, civilians, and sidekicks. So we're just going to click that tab. The Martians display is always present. Then we're going to head to the roster menus at the top. We can select the number of White Martians we want, which heroes we want, which villains we want, and so on. You can see that as we select characters, they pop up in the display. When we're done, we click into the name field and add player names. Keep in mind that each role name is clickable. It'll bring up the card for whichever role you're looking at, so you can verify when a character acts and what ability the character has. You can just click the close button to close out of the card when you're finished. Once you finish with the secret ID phase, getting everybody's name, you can go ahead and click the round 1 button to start that tracker. Then you want to choose the eyes open icon to activate that phase tracker. Then choose the report phase to officially begin play. Now the report button opens a window that gives you a guide on how to divulge information and resolve outcomes of the previous round. We're not going to need that just yet. When you want to dismiss it, you can just click that or close it at the top when you're finished. Now the discuss button actually opens a timer. Click start to get it going, hit stop to actually pause it, and then you can click reset to set it back to 0, or quit when you're done and close out of it. The vote button actually opens a majority calculator, so you can just count up the number of active players in this round, punch in that number, and then click get majority to find out how many votes a player needs to get into Watchtower. Whichever player is targeted for teleportation, you actually just want to find their name in the display, click the yellow T at the end of their line, and now they're highlighted so you know they're immune to accusations. Click the Accuse button to highlight accusers. You've seen by now that anytime we turn on a phase, characters who can potentially act during that phase turn bold. If Lex Luthor makes an accusation and is correct, you don't have to click anything. But if the player is wrong, you actually want to click the green A next to Luthor's name, and the protectors automatically get an extra shield for use later. The rescue phase again gives you some text so you know how to verbally resolve what happened, whether it was a good or bad decision that a targeted character made it to Watchtower. After the ellipses, you're just going to say the character's name. Once they're in Watchtower, just click the white W next to their name, and that will let you know that they are safe for the rest of the game. To move into the eyes shut portion of the game, click the eyes closed icon, and the ladder phase buttons are now usable. Turning on the eliminate phase makes the White Martians bold because they can act now. Once you know who they want to eliminate, just click the checkbox to the left of the E by their name, and you'll see that character's health drop by 1 digit. So you can turn on the protect phase from there, and let's say that Superman wants to protect the player that is Lois Lane. You're actually going to click the checkbox to the left of the P for that character. As you can see, the P's and E's are grouped together, so you want to stay in the same shade for that round to make sure that the numbers balance out. And oops, looks like both of Superman's shields went straight to Lois's health instead of just 1. You can actually toggle her E checkbox to bring the number back down to 1 where it should be. There we go. Moving on to the inspect phase, you're going to turn that on, and Wonder Woman has the inspect ability, so she becomes bold. Now Superman is bold as well, but remember that as long as the character has the potential to act in this round or a future round, the tracker shows them as bold. Once we're done with the eyes shut end of the round, we can click over to round 2, choose the eyes open icon, activate those buttons, then activate the report phase. Depending on what happened when everyone's eyes were shut, we get prompts to direct how to give out that information. So Lois Lane was eliminated and then shielded, so Watchtower would tell the players that nothing happened. If Lois were eliminated only, Watchtower tells the group which player got a bad headache and drop. So play continues through round 2, just like before. The discuss phase, then the vote phase, etc. When play is over, click the clear tab, and that empties out the displays. Any information that you leave clicked or written in the text box is actually going to be kept. So you actually want to delete those out or unclick just to make sure everything's set back to 0. If you want to load a quick game, make sure all the role displays are up. Then decide if you want a basic game of 5 players or 7 players. You click on that and the fields auto-populate. If you want to try more difficult characters from some of the expansions, you can go for intermediate or advanced. If you want to try a themed game based on characters only out of Metropolis or Gotham City, you can actually just click this corresponding tab. Yeah, now all the Flash characters are in play. If you're playing the Danger Zones expansion with Vibe or Brainiac, click the DCEU button to show the multiverse grid. We'll go over that specific display in another video. And if you've got a lot of players and characters and you don't know who knows who, open the Secret IDs tab during the start of the game. This window lets you click a character or type and learn immediately whose identity they need to know in the game. So Booster Gold knows all the heroes, Alfred knows who Batman is. Alright heroes, that's it for this basic demo of the app. Keep an eye out for updates to the app as well as further demos of the Know You Anywhere tab and the Danger Zones Multiverse tab.